At 18, just after high school, I was determined to attend college in Mexico, a dream I had long cherished. With a passion for art and culture, I believed Mexico was the ideal place to live, explore, and create. However, my conservative parents had different plans for my future. They believed Mexico was full of distractions, a place where I'd lose my way. So instead of supporting my dream, they sent me to live with my Aunt Sophia in a neighboring town. The plan was for her to guide me and keep me under her supervision. When I arrived at her mansion, I was overwhelmed. Sophia wasn't just any ordinary aunt. She was stunning. Her beauty, her confidence, and the air of mystery around her immediately captivated me. Sophia was nothing like I had imagined. She wasn't the stern, distant woman I remembered from family gatherings. She was stunning, effortlessly glamorous, with a charm that made people gravitate toward her. Her home was nothing like the modest house I'd grown up in. It was lavish, luxurious, and every corner seemed to shimmer with a life I'd only seen in movies. Sophia greeted me warmly, her smile inviting. With her husband often away on business, she had the freedom to manage her life without interruption. We began spending more time together, and she quickly made me feel at home, encouraging me to relax, explore, and reflect on my desires. We spent hours on the terrace, drinking wine and sharing stories. She told me about her rebellious youth, the crazy things she did before settling down with her husband. I was fascinated, drawn to her like a moth to a flame. She was unlike anyone I'd ever known, and with every passing day, our connection grew stronger. The boundaries between us quickly began to blur. Initially, I tried to suppress my attraction to her, knowing it was wrong since she was my aunt. However, as we spent more time together, resisting became increasingly difficult. Despite my better judgment, the chemistry between us was undeniable. Her lingering gaze and effective love I was too young and inexperienced to handle. One night, after too much wine and too many shared secrets, she hugged me, leaving me stunned and lost in the moment. That hug led to more, and before I knew it, we were caught in an exhilarating yet terrifying affair. My heart raced with both excitement and guilt whenever we were together. We knew it was wrong, but the thrill was intoxicating, and I found myself immersed in a whirlpool of emotions. The affair that followed was a whirlwind of exhilaration and fear. We stole moments together whenever her husband was away, our stolen encounters charged with a mix of passion and guilt. The secrecy and thrill were intoxicating, but the weight of our actions began to press heavily on my conscience. Our secret, however, didn't stay hidden for long. Our hidden world was deserted. One evening, as fate would have it, Sophia's husband returned home earlier than expected. His arrival was a storm that tore through our secret lives, and the rage in his eyes was something I'll never forget. The confrontation was explosive, and within days, he had filed for divorce. The foundation of our lives crumbled, and the aftermath was more devastating than I could have ever imagined. Desperate to escape the mess I had created, I decided to pursue the long-forgotten dream. I called my parents and confessed everything, the affair, the betrayal, the destruction. Their response was a mix of anger and heartbreak. They were disappointed but also regretful, realizing that their attempts to steer me away from my dreams had led me into a situation I was ill-prepared for. Mexico was calling me again, and this time, I needed it more than ever. The journey to Mexico was like a breath of fresh air. For the first time in what felt like forever, I was free. I enrolled in college, and as I walked through the buzzing streets, surrounded by art and music, I felt the weight begin to lift. Slowly, I found solace in my studies, in the vibrant culture around me. I met new people, formed new friendships, and started to create the life I had always dreamed of. But even as I built a new life, the shadows of my past lingered. The memory of Sophia, the affair, the guilt, it was all still there, haunting me like a ghost I couldn't shake. I couldn't fully escape it, but each day, I grew stronger, more in control of my own destiny. There were moments when I doubted myself, wondering if I could ever truly move on. But Mexico had a way of healing me, of filling the emptiness that Sophia had left behind. I poured my heart into my art, using it to process the pain and confusion I had bottled up inside. And then, one evening, as I stood on the balcony of my small apartment, watching the sun set over the city, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time: peace. The road ahead wouldn't be easy, I knew that. The scars of my past would always be with me, a reminder of where I had been and the lines I had crossed. But as the warm Mexican breeze ruffled my hair, I realized something important: those scars no longer defined me. They were part of me, yes, but I was more than my mistakes. I had a second chance now. A chance to build a future, to become the person I was meant to be. And for the first time in a long time, I believed that I could. My journey wasn't over, but I was finally on the path I was meant to walk. And for now, that was enough.